clean these glasses here real quick. Well, let's be for real. Well, let's talk about what actually makes a YouTube video perform well.
Our world will live this upside down. You plan to done talking, just turning around against you.
Now that I've been posting consistently here on YouTube and seen some successful videos, I wanted to share with you guys what I've learned. And a well-performing YouTube video comes down to these 4 aspects in this order: value, relevance, quality, and consistency. Now these 4 things are gonna help drive your click-through rate as well as your view duration, which are the main triggers for the YouTube algorithm. And ultimately, this is gonna help your video performance as well as overall channel growth. When creating YouTube videos, you can provide your audience 2 types of value. The first one being educational, so things like tutorials or informative videos or even product reviews. And then the second one being entertainment. And these can be vlogs or anything funny, really anything that's entertaining enough to hold the attention span of your audience. Now, when creating educational kinds of videos, you want to keep this main thing in mind, and that's how concisely can you present the information. When people are trying to learn something or just get basic information from you, they don't want to hear you tangent off topic or ramble on. They mostly want you to get straight to the point of what you're trying to say. Otherwise, people are just going to click away from your video and your view duration is going to suffer from that, and ultimately YouTube may hide your video because of that. My biggest tip for you to stay concisely on topic is to plan your videos. I do this all the time in the Notes app on my iPhone as well as my iPad, and I know almost verbatim what I'm going to say, and this helps me to stay on topic as I'm filming and talking to the camera. Another thing you'll notice is that when you really plan your videos well, when you get to editing the video, it makes it so much easier. And speaking of editing and chopping up all that A-roll, even if you've pre-planned and hit your talking points while you're filming, this is still a good chance to edit down even further the points that you're hitting on. One of the main things I do is if at any point things get redundant and they don't need to be repeated, I'm gonna cut it out. So I'm really constantly thinking of ways I can trim the fat off what I'm saying. And this really helps reinforce the value of the video when every word you're saying has weight and is not just redundant fluff to fill time. On the other hand, when you're giving your audience value through just entertainment, obviously these previous guidelines don't really apply. But what you have to keep in mind is you're building an audience simply based on your personality. So you better be pretty entertaining. You just have to be likable. Ultimately, your goal with your videos is to keep your audience's attention span for as long as possible. Now, with that in mind, you still want to have some type of storyline to your videos, even if it's just pure entertainment. If there's some kind of end goal with what you did during the day, if it's really entertaining and there's a good story that's happening within your day, definitely follow that, and that's going to help keep your audience a lot more engaged. Just under value, your videos have to be relevant. And what I mean by that is your content has to discuss stuff that people care about today. For example, my cinematic mode video, which I put out about 6 months ago, has over 800,000 views on it. Now keep in mind, 6 months ago, the iPhone 13 had just come out with that new feature of cinematic mode. So that video was highly relevant, and it was paired with pretty amazing footage using that new cinematic mode feature. So maybe you're not sure where to start in making your videos more relevant. Well, think about this. Google actually owns YouTube. We've all Googled something and then got search results with YouTube videos that ultimately gave us the answer. Well, being that this is all connected, Google actually has a feature called Google Trends that will tell you what people are searching for related to literally any topic. For example, I went to Google Trends and typed in iPhone 13 Pro into the search term box, and I was able to see a bunch of related search queries based on that iPhone 13 Pro search term, and a lot of these would make great YouTube video ideas. This is also why the title of your video and the description are very important. If the keywords and phrasing that people are typing into Google match what's in your title and description, your video has more of a likelihood that it's going to come up in that person's search results, and then your video is going to get seen more. Additionally, in the YouTube Creator Studio, you can go to Analytics, then click on on the research tab and actually see what your viewers are searching for. This can give you more audience-specific ideas for relevant videos you can create. So whatever niche your channel is, whether it's fitness or photography, videography, product review stuff, you have to keep in mind, what am I making that's relevant, that people care about? And in my opinion, this is probably one of the fastest ways to grow on YouTube. So the next aspect is quality of your videos. Now, is quality important? In my opinion, I think it really is, but it also does depend a little bit on the type of video you're creating. Now, if you're someone like me who's doing a lot of photography and videography tutorials, quality is a huge component, because if you're a videographer who's watching this video and my quality is horrible, well, you're not gonna take me seriously. If my sound quality sucks, you also won't take me seriously. If my voice sounds muffled, or you can hear the focusing on the lens while I'm talking, all those little nuanced details make a huge impact in the audience's experience, and those subconscious check marks that say, oh yeah, this guy's legit, he knows what he's talking about. So yeah, quality is definitely important within my realm, but if you are on the entertainment side of value, people aren't so much worried about the quality that you're offering, again, because they care about your personality and that likable quality that you bring to the camera and bring to the screen. So it does depend, but in my opinion, striving for better quality videos in both the visual aspects as well as the sound will only benefit you in the long run. Now, consistency obviously isn't related to just one video, but I'm going to explain to you why consistency over the long term helps all of your videos perform better. What you have to remember is that YouTube actually rewards creators when they post consistently. When I started posting consistently about 9 months ago, the first few videos definitely did not do well, even though they were providing value and they were relevant. But the more I posted, and I've been posting about once a week for the last like 8 or 9 months, the more those videos began to circulate, and the YouTube algorithm was really able to push all of those videos to my audience. So if you're new to YouTube, or if you've been posting inconsistently, I would definitely recommend to make it a goal to post as consistently as you can. But ultimately, what you want to make sure of is that every single video is still giving your audience value, and it's relevant, and there's some level of quality to that video. When I first started posting videos, the views were definitely low, and it was quite discouraging. And even now, I'll post videos and sometimes they start slow, and then it's like 2 months or 6 months later, it'll really continue to ride the algorithm and get some crazy growth. So you want to view your YouTube videos almost like long-term investments. So they might start slow, but over time, as long as you're giving your audience that value and it's relevant, then I believe you're going to see some growth out of those videos. My main advice for you if you're new to YouTube or really trying to grow is to embrace failure. View failure is something you can learn from with every video, and ultimately you just want to rinse and repeat the process. Make a video, post it, and then move on to the next one. It might be discouraging seeing the views really low, seeing low engagement, but just keep pushing along, and that's where that consistency can really help you determine where you can kind of carve out your own niche and then continue to build your channel based on what your audience likes. For me, I've seen a huge response to reviewing Apple products, especially the iPhone and obviously cinematic mode. So I've really kind of focused in on that while kind of expanding some of the areas in terms of fitness and photography as well. And honestly, I'm just having fun creating videos. Every single time I make a video, I'm learning from it, I'm growing from it, and I'm simply just trying to be better than my last video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. I promise you these 4 aspects of YouTube will make a huge difference in seeing that channel growth, so stay at it. If you need good music for your videos, check out moodsounddesign.com. I also have cinematic mode presets, Lightroom presets. All of those goodies are linked in the description. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Our world will live is upside down. The planet done talking, things are turning around against you and me, him and her. The Mother Earth is unleashing the wrath that humanity's worth. We know what time it is.